Hello everyone, Gayle Gunn here with Energy Interiors. I'm excited to be joining you for the first of our 9 lives and what I call a journey to organizing life using the Lotus of Life. In case you missed the introductory video that I did, the intention behind these next few weeks and this particular weekly topic is to share with you non-physical areas of your life that may need organizing, or areas that may be out of order, or even just areas to consider that may need some attention. And some of this comes from my own personal journey and my own personal stories and the things that I've done to to get my life in order. And some of it just comes from my background and training in coaching. And so what I first want to start off with is that, almost every single life coach that I know, or a coach of any kind, uses some sort of a wheel of life or something to gauge people's level of satisfaction or fulfillment in the different life aspiration areas. I actually have an example that I'm going to be using for mine. This is what it looks like, the Lotus of Life. It is available digitally. I just didn't want to have to do too much with technology and getting it set up. But you'll see there are 8 petals, and then there is the center as well. And then within here, each of the 8 life aspiration areas that we're going to cover will fall into one of these particular petals. The other reason I created this is because it matches the nautical compass, and being able to point the life aspiration area into its directional placement for relating to feng shui and things like that. One of the other things I like about using or having created, this was actually my own creation. I have a different version of it that I've had in place for years now. But I created this because I wanted to be able to keep it to 8. I think it's kind of easy in this day and age to get distracted with all kinds of other categories and all kinds of other topics, and categories and life aspirations. I've seen some wheels of life that have somewhere between 15 and 20 different categories, and using the Lotus just makes it that much more simple and kind of that much more straightforward. So I'm going to go ahead and dive in, and today we're going to be talking about career, and career happens to be at the top of the Lotus. It also is the North Point, which will come back in play later on in this particular segment. And what I want to talk about with career and this particular life aspiration area is that depending on where you are in life, this category may have a different title. It could be, instead of career, it could be community, it could be leadership, it could be acts of service. There are different things that this particular area could be for you, but for this particular series, I'm going to be talking specifically about career. Now, a little bit of a disclaimer. The information that I'm going to be sharing with you over the next few weeks, or in this particular topic, is not about getting people to quit their job or end their career and kind of quit today and say I'm done with it and walk off the scene, or even give a 2-week notice. This is an invitation to get curious about this particular area of your life. That's all. I just want to give you some thought provokers and some things to consider when it comes to your career, to see if this area needs some attention or not. So each day we're going to do a different exercise. I have different experiential exercises mapped out to help you determine, where you are in your career and where you are in this particular life aspiration area. So today, really simply and kind of really straightforward, is just inviting you to be with your career and to ask yourself a few simple questions. The first thing I want you to ask yourself, well, first of all, grab a piece of paper or a journal if you have one, or a notebook, and write down career, life aspiration, career. And the first thing I want you to answer, or the first thing I want you to think about, is, are you in a career? Are you in something you can see doing long term? Or do you have a job? Is it, for lack of a better term, a dead-end job that you don't really see going anywhere? You're just doing it to fill your time, fill your space, provide you with some sort of an income, but it's not very fulfilling. The same thing could be true of a career. There are those of us who have been in careers that did not go the way we thought, intended, or wanted, and have left those careers because they were dead-end careers. But anyway, I'm sure you get the point. The point is, are you in a career and something that you love and something that's fulfilling, or not? Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, when you think about your career, what is your level of satisfaction? Is it a 2? Is it an 8? Is it a 6? Maybe it's a 5? Whatever number between 1 and 10 it is, just write down the first number that comes to mind. As soon as you hear the question, what's your level of satisfaction with your career or job, write it down. And then I want you to think about, what do you want that level of satisfaction to be? For me, I like all my life aspiration areas to be around an 8, because that way I know that there's room for improvement. An 8 or 9, 8 feels good, 9 would be amazing. But the 10 is saved for always having room for improvement. That's just me though. But there's no wrong answer, so whatever the answer is for you. It may be an area that doesn't apply for whatever reason. Maybe you're not in a career, maybe you're not in a job, maybe this is a 0 for you because it's not something you even have to focus on or worry about. That's entirely possible. It's still a life aspiration area, and in that particular case, maybe it is more about connection and service and community and things like that. The other thing to think about is, asking yourself the same question is, what's your level of happiness and what's your level of fulfillment? So on a scale of 1 to 10, what's your level of happiness with this particular career or job that you have? If you have multiple jobs, pick one to focus on, or write down each one and what your level of satisfaction and fulfillment is for each one. And then the last question to ask yourself for this particular segment is level of happiness. How happy does this career make you? They may all seem like the same thing, but they are actually by definition different. Satisfaction, fulfillment, and happiness are, as you will see as we go along, are actually 3 different categories within this particular topic. So that's it for today. I just wanted to introduce you to career and to have you gauge on a scale of 1 to 10 what your level of satisfaction is. Tomorrow we're actually going to be diving into an experiential exercise where we can take a greater look at the different areas of fulfillment, and I hope you will join me for that, and stay tuned for more. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you all in the next video.